I think what it comes down to is that people love, well, people who advertise and endorse companies like Stl Ocarina or Songbird Ocarina or, company name blank Ocarina. You know, they're interested in causing the business that would go to ocarinas to flourish and prosper. And that's good, but they do it in a dishonest way in that they treat kind of all ocarinas like they're the same, or that all ocarinas have the same exact volumes and all that. When actually their ocarinas that they're pushing the most they're trying to degrade an ocarina by the name of the Ohuhu Ocarina, which has the clear and loudest first volume of any ocarina I've personally used. The advantages of that is that it has a perfect penny whistle register of volume, so that works out excellently. But the other ocarinas have a lower first volume, so essentially you're only stuck with the second volume in playing, which can actually, depending on the ocarina, the second volume of an ocarina can actually rival the bagpipe register decimal volume. And what that means is that it's like, you may have sensitive ears, and other people may too. And so that really feels like a knife when that ocarina gets in the higher register with those super loud notes. That really feels like a knife in your eardrum. Whereas with the Ohuhu Ocarina, what it excels in, which I haven't seen any other ocarina excel in, is the first volume, which I forgot there's a technical name for it. Overtone volume. It has the loudest overtone volume that's clear and all the sound holes uncovered. There's very subtle breathiness, very subtle, but it's basically you can go up the scale that it covers. That's what that ocarina is based around. You have the second volume, which is the typical volume that most people blow in. But the fact that, and even that, they don't blow it right with that ocarina, because I have two Ohuhu ocarinas, a brown one and a, what's the name of the blue? Not carbonite blue. It's the blue color that doesn't look like it's like blue or purple. Shoot, what is that? What is that color's name? Why can't I think of it? Either way, I can't think of it. But it's a very beautiful ocarina. It's not the best ocarina ever made, but it's a solidly good ocarina. And I've been playing it seriously for years, especially because I rent, so I live in a townhouse unit. And if I play that ocarina at the second volume, that volume rivals bagpipe volume, and it will go through the walls, and people will be banging on the walls. So I use the overtone volume, which is on like technically better ocarina. This is a woodnote ocarina. The overtone volume is very quiet. Whereas with this one, the Ohuhu Ocarina, its overtone volume is at the exact decimal of a penny whistle. That offers a tremendous advantage of being able to practice in more quiet environments among people, and then in larger, like I've been in church before, and you can, because the noise is filling the room, and they have their amps going, which makes the noise of even acoustic instruments, they can turn it up infinitely. That volume, that second volume, not the overtone volume, if I play that, it will actually sound perfect with all those instruments. So in a sense, it's actually a perfect ocarina in that regard. So all these reviews from like STL or what's the one guy, David, last name has an R. He's very famous on YouTube. When you actually have the instrument itself and you really experiment with it to figure it out, then you'll see that the Ohuhu Ocarina is actually a good ocarina. It's not the greatest ocarina. It's a single chamber. You can't hit soprano level notes, but it basically has it's basically a good all-around ocarina.